Good afternoon. We're back here at TV's cabin. It's like part 4 or 5. I think part 5. I've got my air tube in here for the blower. This is going to be a portable blacksmith forge for making larger equipment, tools, and what have you, such as swords, machetes, things like that. Because my brake drum forge just wasn't big enough to get air and heat all down the blade, so I needed this type of trough or forge to handle making machetes and swords and axes and stuff. Well, maybe it'd make the axes on the brake drum forge, I'm not sure, but anyway, we got this for doing bigger stuff. And I'm right now drilling holes in the metal. What this was a hot water tank that I've cut in half. It's an old hot water tank that was no good. A lot of people use these for hogs to feed hogs in the old days, and chicken feeders and hog feeders. They use these old metal troughs or tanks like this for. Cut them in half and stuff. Sometimes they used even rubber tire casings for chicken feeders, but these were more used for hog feeders when they were cut in half, what they were made for. I'll have to drill several holes through this. It's cutting, but slow. Now these holes don't have to be perfect. About an inch apart, roughly, is what I've got here. And I think that's a 3/8 bit, roughly. And I'm going to drill holes all down the top of it, and then I'm going to drill some in the side. I may just try to rotate this. I kind of got it stuck in there right now. When I drove it back in, I cut a hole in this end to run it out for your air tube stuff to work. I've got to get some more. I'll have to get a rubber flange out here and run it out here somewhere so the air can run down through it. You can cut a piece of pipe too. This one happened to be 3-inch. This was the center core pipe that was inside the hot water tank to start with, but it was up here in the center. I'm not sure what the purpose of it was, but it had to do with your hot water tank. Probably I would say the exhaust part of it is what it probably was for. But anyway, your water went in the tank here, and that heats up the water, you know, by the gas. It's the gas burner that heats the water, the tank up and everything. And this was just an exhaust tube, I suspect. Anyhow, it's in the center of every one of them. And I cut it out, and I was just going to go buy some 2-inch pipe, and I thought, well, hey, this pipe will work if your air. The only thing I got to wonder about is if my coals get down under here, unless I can get some holes down under here too, all the way around this thing, so that air would get underneath the wood. But most of the wood and coals and stuff are going to be piled up there above it anyway, most likely up to about here somewhere. And we'll have the machete or the sword laying down in here somewhere. But I've got to drill several holes to get so it can have airflow, you know, evenly all the way down the blade is what I'm wanting to accomplish here. I am no expert forge builder. Matter of fact, this is only the second forge I ever built. The one we had when I was a kid was a big forge my daddy got somewhere. I don't know where he got it, but he got it. And I used it from the time I was probably 6 till I was 14, but horseshoeing, sharpening plowshares, making knives. We made a lot of cutting knives and other tools, straightened, made axes and tools like that, chisels. Anyway, it's going to be boring and long, so I'll tune back in when I get this all drilled out and show you what I got. Maybe tomorrow before we get back to it, but thanks for tuning in with TB. I just wanted you to see what I've come up with trying to make work here. We'll see how it works when I'm finished, and then we'll see if it works out. Alright, thanks for tuning in with TB. This is TB's Blacksmith Forging, working on the new forge trough. Have a good day.